Hey guys, Wil Fleming here for Force Fitness and Performance in the IYCA, talking to you about a little bit of our basics patterns and how we teach some of the big basic movement patterns: lunging, pushing, pulling, squatting, and hinging. And so we're on to pulling, and what we want to do is just go over how we would do a horizontal pull and even how that translates to what we do on a vertical pull, like a pull-up or a chin-up, okay? And so in a horizontal pull, my biggest concern is what's going on the posterior side. So if we look at an athlete from behind, they have their scapula. What we want to see is scapula moving, right? Our pulling patterns are things that are designed to help our athletes on the back side. We need to get those scapular stabilizers working and moving, okay? Healthy shoulders are due to scapula that move well. So they retract, they protract, they upwardly rotate, they downwardly rotate as well. So we want scapula that move well and healthy. So what we want to do is, when we get set up in something like an inverted row, first I need to make sure this is even, but as I lay back here, I want to pull and I want to work on making sure that the scapula move well throughout the movement, okay? So in an inverted row, that means retraction, okay? We want depression, we want the scapula pulled down, and we want retraction, right? We don't want to pull up here, we don't want elevation and pull, we want retraction and depression, okay? So we want the scapula down and back. So when we go to do an inverted row, we're going to do something where the athlete retracts and keeps the scapula down, okay? As we think about the motion, we want the core tight, obviously. We're hinging on the heels and not the toes. We're laying back. We can change the angle to make it more difficult. As we think about something like a pull-up then too, what do we want? We want the scapula moving well, so we want retraction and depression as well. We want downward rotation. When we go up, we want upward rotation and elevation of the scapula, okay? And that goes the same with this. As we go down, we have protraction of the scapula. As we come back, we have retraction of the scapula. So our rowing series is going to be primarily based on what are the scapula doing. That's how we know if the athlete's doing it well, not reps, not where they are. What are the scapula doing? How are they moving? Are they moving in the way that they are intended? And if so, then we have a good rowing pattern. So that's one of our basics. We use rowing with all of our athletes. I would guarantee that you guys should probably program rowing at a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 ratio to pushing, pulling versus pushing in your programs, as most of your high school athletes are going to be spending more time on the bench press than they are on the row. So do them a favor, get them on the inverted rows, get them on the pull-ups, 3-to-1 ratio, and to make sure that everything's going well, make sure the scapula are moving really well throughout the movement.